Hello everybody and welcome to Belle's channel. Today we are doing the first ever episode of the, Belle's Fallout 4 Building Settlement Guide. Bit of a mouthful, but kind of gets to the point. So the first settlement you're going to get in the game is Sanctuary Hills. The next one likely is Red Rocket, and then whichever one, then it'll be £10 Bluff and We'll carry on from whichever quest Preston gives you. So in the last episode of which one is it? Of Belle's Fallout 4 Survival Guide, we got the quest. I don't know, what was it? Sunshine Tidings Corp, and that's like over there. But we're not doing that obviously because this is the Building Settlement Guide. Really, what I'm going to do is just focus a bit on the basic needs of the settlement. So defense, food, and water. So I do have two mods built. I have two mods enabled. So as you can see, the size, usually there's quite a far green line across that, but because I like to be quite creative in my buildings, I usually don't even get halfway through my not usual build before that hit the limit. This is where my home base is and everything, so I don't like having a build limit. I think they're just a bit too, I know they're going to create lags, but my game isn't too bad with it. So I have that mod enabled, and I have the Freemaker mod. Sorry about that, there might be some noises in the background, but just ignore them. Yeah, so I have the Freemaker. As you can see, we're not going to be getting any other things of these, we're just purely going to be getting shipments. Sorry, there was somebody at the door. So yeah, we've just got a load of shipments. As you can see, that's what the Freemaker is. Where is it? So if we go to shipments and junk of the thing, you're going to see we have lots and lots of shipments, and it's just purely so we don't have to keep stopping, so I can go get a load of extra supplies. So as you can see, I've got nearly 4,000 wood, 2,500 steel, and we'll just periodically get some extra. So I have predominantly scrapped a lot of stuff in here, but I have left all the scrap to be scrapped inside the houses, as well as the actual houses and maybe one or two cars. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the very, very beginning. You'll probably notice there is a river. Obviously this is where you can get quite a lot of water. So just so you know, I do have all DLCs as well. So if you go, that's to do with mod. So you've got structures, furniture, decorations, power, defense, resources. We've got stores. I can't get them until we've got a certain level. These are going to be a bit stretched, so as I go through the survival guide, then I'll be adding a few more videos for the settlements, because obviously I need to get the perks. We've got crafting as well. These are for workbenches, though Sanctuary Hills does offer you them. Cages is to do with one of the stuff packs, and raiders is to do with the same thing. So you may notice some different stuff. So let's go to resources. Now we need water. Now you can use these pumps. Right now we don't have a lot of settlers, but I'm going to show you how to set up a beacon to get a lot more settlers. So these videos might be quite long, but I will try and be as careful as possible. With not stopping it right in the middle of something. So this does come with the same pack that you get workbenches with. This is very cool for like the settlements that don't have a water supply, like Hangman's Valley, Hangman's Alley, not Valley, and a few others that just don't have a proper water source. So like there's only a few that you can use these purifiers with. Now there is an industrial one which will get you 40, but I don't have the rank yet. I mean, I could probably... Oh, I could get it. I'll get it. Hold on, while we're here. Ooh, that's loud. Alright, there's the local leader. Science. Oh, no, I can't. Science is there. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll upgrade my charisma and we will get the local leader. So now I can establish supply lines between different settlements. So those are the kind of main settlements when you're definitely going to need local leader. So as the ruler, everyone turns to you. You are able to establish supply lines between your workshop settlements. And next one is you can build stores and workbenches now. So supply lines are really good if you've got a few extra settlers and you need to share the supplies. It doesn't share the actual content inside the workbenches, but it shares the actual resources when you're in building. I usually do it like if I'm at a place and I need to build something, I'll send someone over there, and then so I can just set up stuff. So we're gonna get a water purifier. I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna watch myself. So I'm just gonna connect them. So over here is usually I have defense set up with a gate just as protection. I have tried at the back of the houses to sort out the fences so there's not too many gaps. It's especially useful when there's mole rats, mongrels, huge super mutants, because they can come from any side really, even where you came from with the vault. Okay, so I'm gonna scrap this house. This is a house that I'm gonna use for I'm gonna build like a warehouse to house all the fruit and vegetables, because a part of the pack that you get cages, there's garden plots that you can get, so you can put stuff on there. There is Brahmin feeding troughs, but we'll work about that in a minute. Here is a siren if you need that. Over here I'm thinking of building like a guard station. I kind of really like to roleplay a little bit with these. I just find it more fun. So here we have the stocks, and you can actually assign someone to them. It's really cool. But yeah, this will be the police station. So we're just gonna scrap some stuff now. I'm gonna store the televisions. I'm gonna try and. I do like everything to be clean. I know I can't get it obviously, but I don't use crappy furniture unless the aesthetic needs it. What was that? The destructor? It's just a coffee cup. I like to keep the kitchens because it kind of again adds to that extra little bit. I just kind of think it's kind of cool if you have a little shelf there and they can grab some food off it. Obviously they don't, but it's kind of cool to think of it like that. I may later on, not right now in this video, but I may get another mod known as scrap settlement something, just to scrap this, because what, you can't place anything down. There's one house that's really really bad for it, but you can't delete that house, so it's just annoying. And like that, why can't I delete that? That's so annoying. And that, it's annoying. So yeah, this is going to be police station, defense area. We're going to build these two. This is what we're going to focus on right now: defense, water, and then food. So that's kind of what we're going to go for. Power. I will build a power supply shed. You need to protect that, especially if you like using a lot of turrets and things, because it's really, if they damage it, attackers, then your turrets will go off and then it's your settlers, and then you can have some settlers who die. So I'm just going to build, if we go to structures, I'm going to make a warehouse, barn or warehouse? Barn, we'll do a barn here. So I'm just gonna build an extra bit onto it. I prefer the barn and the warehouse because they're a bit more, you can make rooms with them and things like that. They're just a little bit too tall for me. So let's just get that as straight as possible. Check the door out. It's not straight, I can see it isn't. You can mix and match some stuff as well, which I find really cool. Don't see why I can't do it on that one. Let me just check something. Okay, that just doesn't look right. Okay, sorry, scrap whatever I was doing. So yeah, barn floors. We'll just go for a normal floor. Try and get that straight again. I think that's as straight as I'm gonna get it. Yep. Okay. So if I just kind of go off out of here. If I can build walls. No, I can't. It's because of the way it's designed. Hold on. If I get... So you kind of... Once you set it right, trust me, because you want to get this bit right, because if you don't, then you're going to have to take everything out. Okay, perfect. To try and get everything back right. So we're going to... This is where we're going to have our little store. Well, it should let me... It won't. I don't like how there's no single walls either. Like, there's these little bits, but it looks really weird when you use them. Okay, so do a little bit of this. Oh, floor match. I'm probably not using what, if you're new to Fallout, going to be using unless you buy the whole pack. It generally, Fallout right now is quite cheap. It's not too expensive to have all the packs, and the packs themselves are actually quite cheap. But I would recommend buying, if you haven't got Fallout, it all at once. It's just to be a lot cheaper that way. Okay. You need quite a bit of sunshine. We're gonna seal this wall here. Turn around, that's it. This is again gonna be our store, but best thing to do is to have a little exit bit so you can, I'll show you if I go back to power. So we've got generators, we've got connectors and switches. So connectors, I use pylons to connect all the houses, so I don't have to have generators everywhere. These little connectors are amazing if you can somehow secure them properly. It might not work until I've got a roof on, but those are the ones you generally would have. Like I can connect it to the roof and then I can do that. So we'll figure it out there. So I'll show you in a moment what it would look like. Barn. Alright, where's the door? We'll make the door there in the middle. Turn around, door. Oh, it's right there. Good, 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 good. Come on. Maybe, dick. There we go. Took ages. Alright, there's the door. Right, I'm just gonna do a flat roof because I don't need anything more than that. Once I did like an entire house, which each room was filled with a companion. Oh, you will get XP for doing this, by the way. I built one that had like every room had for a companion, and it was all on different levels. So like I'd put Dance next to like Strong, or Curie would have like a bit of medicine in there. Dance would have like a military room. Preston Garvey would have his flag with like a laser musket secured on the wall. Piper would have a desk with a typewriter. Valentine would have a desk with handcuffs on it. Codsworth would have like a lovely pre-war room with like a coffee pot. Ada, she's part of a pack. She had like what was it? She just had like a work mechanic room type of thing. I know a lot of people don't think about this, but try and make sure you have like a variety of veg. I mean, a lot of people just go, you know, oh, we'll just have loads of mute fruit. It'll work. Like mute fruit is one of the best food to have, because each one of the mute fruit, it's not showing on the bottom, but it is for one, so you only need one plant. But it's not great when you need a little bit of adhesive and things to, you know, get going with your to make adhesive. That's when you need corn, potato, tomato. Come on, don't be a weird. Generators. Okay, generators. No power. We'll get these generators. See if I can. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be able to. So try and connect him before I've done this. It's better. Connectors, there we go. Knew it'd work. And then connect that there. We'll go out this way. Then you connect this to that. And there you go. You can see the light at the top. So now you can connect to the next house, the next, and it will work. I like to just, because it's hard to get on top of the houses, go to wood, get the stairs, and you can just kind of run them. You can kind of place these quite anywhere, so you can just try to get up here and jump up. It's very useful. Power, we're going to need some connectors up here. They generally can't go back on themselves, so might have to connect. Wires can only go so far as well, so do be aware of that. Seeing as I've got quite a lot of I'm just gonna you don't need this many connectors. It's just because I have unlimited supply of shipments that I'm using it. So the sun is setting. It's been a whole day building. You can start going through your different lights and things that you can have. I like these string lights. I think they look really, really cool. And just kind of light up the room, which you need to do, you know, to see a bit. Generate a room. There we go. I'm gonna put a door on that because it's annoying. Mine may be laid out different to yours, so just, you know, be aware of that. I'm thinking of just, I'll just put that door on. It just looks cooler, doesn't it? Oop. Turn the generator off. Sorry, I didn't know what that was. So what I like to do is I like to assign these houses to some important people in the game. So like I'll have the Longs live in here. Obviously it's not set up right yet, and you know, because you can assign them to rooms and things like that. And then I make this their because they're generally the first ones to start picking up a shovel, so they're gonna do that. So if you go to power, I don't know whether you probably won't have this if you don't have, I'm not sure, I think it's a Wasteland Workshop. We'll make it yellow and we'll call this, oh shit, I don't even know their name. Is it Long, their name? Joshua and Carla, Sturgis. Let's find who they are. Ding ding ding. That'll call them all out, wherever they are. Here they are.
I'm sorry.
So Long.
I wouldn't be very good company right now.
Long.
What? Seems to be growing well.
So what I like to do is I'm just gonna, if you just harvest, because they're the like harvesters I find. If you just try and get as much as you can. We're just gonna store, not scrap. I don't think you can scrap it anyway. We're just gonna store all this food. I'm gonna scrap all this back here as well. Don't need it. I like this. Look. I've made like a little outside hangout. I will go over my kind of plan for the whole game. I kind of let Preston and Sturgis live there. That's Mama Murphy's house, and I usually let Sheffield, or maybe not. Over here's somebody else, and then we've got the Longs in the yellow house. So let's do this. So I mean, I can call it the Long Farm, or I can just call it the farm, or hydroponics, or anything like that. I might call it the garden warehouse or something like that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, you can see how cool it looks. Let's get back. The what? It's not really a garden, is it? I'm just gonna call it the Longs. I might have to move it, don't worry. I don't think there is an apostrophe. Oh, there is. Obviously, I'll move this slightly over. There we go. DeLong's farm. Warehouse farm, that's funny. I'm just gonna call it the farm. Or farm warehouse. Hold on. Food warehouse. Food warehouse? Crop warehouse. That's it. That's what I'm gonna call it. So CR. I might need to move this up. I wish you could like join the words. Like if you click a button, it would kind of join them all. That was better. DeLong's crop. I know it seems tedious to do this, but I think it just adds something to the game. I don't know what. I make buildings and things like that. It's just a bit of creativity. Obviously, you can do this however you want. This is just I like to assign because I don't move these companions, not companions, these settlers. Obviously, I don't think you can. I think you can make some what are they called, supply lines, but that's. I think that's a bit too long. Yeah. Well, yeah, DeLong's crop warehouse. That needs to move slightly along. Hold on, let's move that. Why does he keep doing that? And perfect. DeLong's crop warehouse. Doesn't sound really right, but it's better than something else. So yeah, now we need to just add some food into this area. So we'll keep corn over here. Usually it just kind of scatters around a bit. We don't need a ton. Come on. How did... Alright, that can go there then. There's a few of these. I don't really like melons anyway. The potatoes you can fit like 9 on here. So they're very useful. There we go. So I've got to find the longs again, but don't worry, we'll just leave it for now. We've got stairs here. We've got power. These sometimes works and then it doesn't. It's a bit weird. And then I just connect to the houses like that. Obviously this doesn't have any lights on, but it's kind of let there be light. The TV's on. Gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna keep the rest because I kind of like it. Get rid of the coat rack. Go into here. I'm not going to delete any of this because I need it. The Longs sadly don't have their son anymore. I did miss the conversation, but it's basically they lost him in Lexington. And they've kind of gone crazy. Which, understandable to be fair. Okay, let's put some nice lights in. So now I'm going to show you the side of like a little bit of niceness. You know, a bit of prettiness. What I like to do, I don't have access to it yet, I don't think. Oh no, I do. This is a part of the Vault-Tec workshop, which I would highly recommend getting. These are the lights you can use in it, and they kind of disappear. Because I hate nothing more than seeing a ton of lights try and light up a room. So you can kind of just light up the whole place without seeing it at all. Which I kind of just like. And then obviously we've got that pretty light there. I do cover up the walls like this. What I'll use is metal or wood. As you can see, it kind of goes in the background, but we'll probably... There it is, see? Kind of looks just right. Obviously not at the top, but it just, you know, just right. So furniture, beds. Let's get a bed. Obviously because I'm not using any mods or anything. Oh, the wall's out again. Not using any mods. There's not some weird stuff. Sometimes if you're lucky, you can kind of get this to go together. There we go. Look at that. Perfectly covers the wall up ish. So beds. So we'll do one bed there and then one bed. So that's straight. It's not straight. So this will be Marcy and Jung and Lun, or Jung, I don't know what his name is, bed. So yeah, it's kind of sweet. I kind of like keeping them together. Miscellaneous. Because I have these packs, there is stuff that's quite good. So, you know, can get a toilet. And a really nice side here. So I can like put it here. So there we go, nice little kitchen area. And then we'll have obviously a table over here. If we carry on going, it'll get to the nicer furniture. That's all prettied up. So as you can see, nice little table. We've got pretty ah, just realised what I forgot. Sorry, I might have made you jump then. Oh yeah, I just realised what I forgot. I forgot a nice rug. I don't have them in yet. Ah, shoot. Oh well. Flags. See if we can. Hold on. Move you. Sometimes you can do it, but sometimes it's just a bit wary. My god, go away. Go away! Oh, oh. Can you see it? Oh, there it is. Perfect, so we'll get that one there. We have some pretty paintings. Just having a look. Okay. There is some more miscellaneous around. Just have a look. I think they're the ones with the written nice garden. Oh no, they're not. No, they're not. We'll run and get to the radio section. Where is it? Diamond City? And what I'll do is I'll kind of fill this up, so like I'll put some like cigarettes and that on the table. There'll be book games in there, like plates and that on there. I haven't unlocked all the decorations and stuff yet. There'll be potted plants later on and stuff like that. So we'll get to shelves. And there we go. And then I'll fill that up obviously, and we've got rooms near. Preston wants to lie there. The rest doesn't look great, but it's hard to cover it, to be honest. If you go like right across, you can get like these little doors. They're not doors, like little bit, so that you can cover rooms up and things. If you want. If you go to, like containers, you can have a look around there. It's like I like to like suitcase under the bed. Looks kind of cute. You have dressers. I'll put it there. So yeah, this is the dunes. I feel like putting something like in the middle there. We'll just put a rug there. Yeah, so we've got the dunes there. Just put that away. We've got a house there. The warehouse. Do you know what we'll do? We'll do the front gate. This is my favourite. So I get guard posts. I get these big ones like this. And if you can sort of set it right, it's really, really cool. So there's obviously Century Hills sign. It's really hard to see that, to be fair. I wish I could delete it. What I really like to do is go to power, go to whatever that says. Go to here and try and set up like a little cool in front of that sign. Then what I do is I go to fences. If you go to junk fence, you're gonna straight up see this massive old gate, and you can. It's kind of hard to place it, so you know it may take you a little while. But then I get like a guard post. Put it right up next to that sanctuary sign. Hold on, we are a bit close to be honest. Move that back a bit. Kind of, so you can, I still want to see the sign, so it's kind of like you gotta set it back a bit. So you still need to see that sign like very well. So you kind of have to like set it back like that far. And then obviously people can still come up and watch the central, and then that's where we're going to base this off. This isn't going to be able to get very close because they have tires on there. So then you're like, we'll cover that up. You could always start it like really close so that you could have it there. You can move all that like there to it, but I just think if it was there it'd be like super close, because like you can set like a trading post out here and things like that. So we'll push this back. You can have this kind of anywhere really. You can have it up there, but I just think cover that sign because it's a bit too, you know, a bit too much. You should make sure to check all the gaps. Make sure you can't get through them. Obviously I can get through there, but we'll fix that in a moment. So you want to get another guard post on the other side. This one will generally be able to go quite a lot closer. And it looks a bit disorientating when you do it. I want to make sure this is straight. As close as possible. Perfect. And then what you'll do is go back to junk fence. If you go across, you can set up a fence to cover. That'll have to do. Yeah, so as you can see, trash can color will. So it does get used. So I think that's a pretty cool feature to have at the beginning. So underneath here. So that's pretty easy spot to cover up. It's under here. Because if you have mole rats and things, they can get under, and it's not nice. So I just cover it with a little bit of wire like that. You can't really see it. I also like to, for defense, is set up turrets on the top of here. Kind of like the perfect posts. So if we turn back, that's what you're going to see. It's not lit up yet, don't worry. It hasn't been connected. So I'm just going to... Oh, no, don't do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get a turret, a spotlight on the turret. If it'll work, let's hope. Going to be annoying about it, so we'll just scrap that for a second. If I can get around here, what we'll do is that's what we'll do. Power. Why won't that work? Don't be a weirdo. Why is it doing this to me? Why is it being a being a dick? That's what it's doing. I can't remember how I did it last time. Oh, I think I do. That's why I did it. And then what we'll do is we can connect Perfect. I will just connect a generator here, just purely just because I just want to get this written down. So if we, power, go back to this, we can start writing however we want. Now this is going to take me a while, so we ain't got a lot of time left on the video, so when we come back you're going to see the brand new Welcome to Sanctuary Hills sign. I hope you join us then for part 2 of the Sanctuary Hills settlement build. This is Belle, and goodbye.